Mama went from a housewife, whatever the fuck that is, in just 18 chapters. I don't know if the perks of being a warlock is worth it, but can we just acknowledge the fact that it looked like our boy Polly, you know, the Legacy-loving, absolutely racist-ass guy, looked like he was actually gonna run the cult leader's pockets. He was putting in some work while debating whether racism is right, despite his prior behavior. All for the cult leader who's trying to save your soul, to absolutely work your jaw like you never had before. When the cultist doesn't get the devil that he wants, guess what? We finally come full circle to where we started this story out as. And let me tell you, in this fight, we finally get to see what a warlock can do. Because remember what I said with Night of Slaughter? Just because Selma's the main character doesn't mean she's gonna survive. But let's ask the lore question of what is a warlock and how does it function? Well, in the plainest simple, a warlock is somebody that makes a deal that is strong enough to give them power. This could be eldritch horror beings like Cheshire, it could be an angel, or as we saw here, it could be a devil. But did you know that the gods of my mangas can also be patrons? I can hear some of you saying, whoa, but gods use divine magic. You're absolutely right. But gods of nature, in terms of the magic spectrum, the gods can use anywhere from divine magic all the way to nature magic, depending on their domain. So a god does have the ability to grant you with elder magic, which is basically just a lower powered version of divine magic. They can make reverends, crusaders, sectists, warlocks, shamans, and druids. I can hear you saying, why wouldn't you want to be a reverend or crusader and instead be a warlock when you're basically a weaker version of what you could be? Well, as Sir Turner said in Chapter 6 of Night of Slaughter, it took him 90 years to become a top-tier reverend for an Eru. 90 years to reach skill level 5, which isn't even the top rank. You can't even call yourself a cleric as a skill level 5 reverend. And even though he was as strong as he was when he switched, it took him 20 years of apprenticing with the God of Honor to be able to handle that fight against the Kranos, who is a paladin, which in this world is basically just a pack of smites in different flavor. So becoming a competent reverend takes a lot of time, it takes a lot of studying, because you have to recall the stories of the holy text and of the god in order for the god to give you the spell. On the flip side, if you want to be a crusader, which is a paladin, you have to prove to the god in order to get that extra power to be able to smite that you are worthy of that. So you basically gotta live, eat, and breathe devotion. But for warlocks, it's different. A god can contract you to do something very specific. You don't even have to worship the god in order to be a warlock. Warlocks to gods are basically just the Minutemen, like, I need somebody that can get skills quickly, and I can bestow a certain amount of energy for them to complete a task. And then if they do good,